smelt a bicycle within a half mile of its mere presence. Ignoring all other facets, the lions would die before it even got near the mad cargo, and that's one of the 600 plus Pokemon.
Okay, I'm gonna cut you off there, just because your minute is up. Nays, I'm gonna give you your minute, starting now.
I used to be on the Pokemon side, and then I switched. And part of that is, we can quantify a billion, to your point, Foss. It is 1,000 millions. And I don't know a lot about Pokemon, but I know there's over 1,000. You're gonna have 1 million per Pokemon. 1 million lions per Pokemon. And, like, if they're casting from far off, great, but try to, like, cast a move with 1 million lions up in your face, and those million are gonna break up quick, because Jigglypuff is not surviving. Like, that's down first. And to the point of God, how many lions were on Noah's Ark? 2. It was 2 lions, because that's all God could handle.
God didn't take any fucking Pokemon with him on the Ark, did he? So I just want to say, to the point about Macargo, I have found images of a 15-year-old boy standing within 5 feet of Macargo, and he's fine, and went on to have many adventures. This is definitely from the anime, and therefore canon.
Okay.
He's clearly immune to fire damage.
I am gonna pause you there, because your minute is up. However, you can continue this now, in the 2 minutes that you have to fight with one another, starting now.
So I guess we have to establish what's canon.
Can I say something
ahead.
real quick? The most useless Pokemon, Magikarp, can jump over a mountain.
It can, but it'll still get its fucking throat ripped out by 1 million lions. 1 million lions is so goddamn many lions. Do you know the level of casualty?
In the middle of them as they're trampling each other to death. What happens then, Eisen? You break the physics generator. That's what happens.
The physics generator breaks because there are too many lions for the Pokemon to kill. Eventually,
no, because the lions end up killing each other because there's too many of them in one spot. Look, that many lions is in fact a hindrance to the lions' fight.
What we're facing here.
Smart enough to
also,
break off
Deoxys can
There's not enough space.
attack from orbit. Deoxys can attack from orbit.
Even if there's only one remaining.
You're saying, so just to be clear, the lions don't get space suits?
No, they don't. They're lions.
Just picture 1 million lions in space converging on Deoxys, and tell me that their razor-sharp claws wouldn't shred it.
No.
And it's not. The question isn't even would 1 billion lions kill all the Pokemon, one of every Pokemon. It's who would win. And I think at some point,
if you can't kill your enemy to the death, you don't win the fight. That's the rule of Pokemon. If you don't knock them to zero, if you don't knock them unconscious, if I don't knock them dead and have to bring it to Nurse Jenny,
we have to address a fundamental difference
not a real Pokemon battle.
in Pokemon and in Pokemon battles and what these, incredibly powerful fighting animals are trained to do, and in how lions fight. Because with Pokemon, they fight in a gentleman's turn-based combat. A lion will just fucking kill a guy. So you've got 1 million lions coming for these domesticated gods, and they're gonna tear them apart.
Okay.
Billion.
Your time to vote starts now. I fucking love this argument, man. This is so
I think 1 billion lions actually turns the tide. It's just so many lions.
But that's what I'm saying. The moment they start killing lions, they trample on the other lions would trample on each other and would end up killing themselves. They would categorically kill off their supply of 1 billion lions by creating mass chaos.
Also,
no, see what you're failing to account for. Wait.
And Pokemon moves are still happening while all this is happening.
What you're failing to account for, the Pokemon start killing lions. The lion bodies start piling up. What this actually enables the lions to do is to get closer to the Pokemon, because they can approach from behind the pile of lion carcasses, right? So the more lions they kill, the more dangerous it becomes for the Pokemon, because the lions get more angles of approach.
No,
until eventually they take the pile
because
of
it's
corpses
still
to the
every
heavens.
fucking Pokemon.
Except
So
for ghost type
there,
Pokemons are
and they're throwing
immune to
fireballs in the
normal
middle,
attacks.
and they're shooting from space.
So
They
ghost
don't
type
stand a
Pokemons would be immune to
chance.
lion attacks.
Crunch is a dark
Anyways.
type move. Lion
Yay,
bite.
Pokemon. That does make
True.
sense. Yeah.
The Pokemon winning does make sense. However, I have seen both arguments. I think both.
There's not a
arguments have
single
water.
vote for lions.
Because that is wrong. Because
I gotta
that is
stop
particularly
calling
wrong.
My biblical lore not sway you, Chad.
No.
Thought we established we weren't Catholic like that.
I went to Catholic school for
Speak for
14
yours.
years.
No.
This is all I have.
Yikes.
I think I
Really?
gave.
I was
I think I
raised
gave
by a
Emily the
woman who
point
thought
there.
we should bring indulgences back, so I think I'm the most Catholic.
How many times were you paddled in Catholic school?
Oh, I never went to Catholic school.
That's
Zero.
the next question. Who is the most Catholic?
Look,
Okay.
look,
Definitely not
look,
me.
The next
My
question
family
is
has
who
an
was paddled the
extremely-
most?
my family has a venerable tradition of talking about going to midnight mass. That's how Catholic we are.
Oh,
But
don't
do you
go to
actually
midnight
go?
mass.
No, we talk about it.
I've
Someone
been to
goes-
many a
Actually,
midnight
Someone
mass.
goes, man, we should go to midnight mass, and someone else goes, yeah, and then we all go home.
Damn. Okay, we are gonna go to the next question. I just gotta say though, I genuinely can go either way on this argument because I've seen the video where Jaden Animations just goes lion ladder, lion rocket, lion catapult, and I'm like, you know what? Fair.
Argument.
You think a lion knows how to fucking do that?
Yeah, they'll
The
figure
lions
it
are
out.
elastic enough to form a catapult.
They'll
Not
figure
in
it
their
out.
current state of being.
Lion trebuchet.
Lion trebuchet.
The superior siege weapon.
Okay, we're gonna go to the next question. This one, I believe, is also a chat submitted. No, this one will be one I posed, I think. Yes. Spellcasters are better than martial casters in D&D.
Well, yes.
Okay, well, Foss has
No.
picked yay.
Here we
No,
go.
nay, absolutely, 1,000 times nay.
So for
I'm
the people
yaying.
who don't play D&D in here, spellcasters are like your wizards, your sorcerers, your warlocks. Laura's a big D&D
Druids,
player, guys.
clerics.
No, I'm not. I'm going based on vibes.
Martial classes are like your barbarian, your fighter, your monk, ranger. Though I guess you could argue rangers are partial casters, but
No, they're not. No, they're not. We're not gonna claim them. Rangers are lame. Get them out of here.
Rangers and warlocks are partial casters, so.
I
I'll
stand
claim a
by
warlock,
the
I
fact
won't claim a
that
ranger.
warlocks are partial casters, and I broke up a friend group because of that.
Who would think a warlock is a melee class?
Hexblade.
No, partial
Hexblade.
class. I said partial
Hexblade,
caster, not not a
Hexblade-
partial class.
Oh, okay.
Hexblade is the
gotcha.
single most deadly, well, aside from, like, paladins, Hexblade is the next most deadly melee class in 5e.
Like I would argue,
Like, straight up.
I would argue
Yeah.
that warlocks are partial casters in the same vein of like you can build a paladin to be more spellcasty than physical. You can build a ranger to be more
I get what you're
spellcasty than
saying.
physical.
Did we get...
They followed that archetype. Anyway, who's picking yay for this question?
Me.
I think I'm gonna have to.
Is it just
I'm gonna
Eisen?
say nay.
I'm gonna say no.
Elite and Eisen are my
Wait,
nays.
Laura, did you switch your votes? Yay is for spellcasters.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I want.
Okay. Awesome. We're gonna start with the yays. You have time to argue in 3, 2, 1, go.
So I'm just gonna go. So just to remind everyone, D&D exists outside of combat. D&D is a whole improv situation in which magic is always applicable, and therefore spellcasters are the best class to have because they have both combat functions and utility. You can't just fly. Like, anyone can fly if you have, like, if you're a wizard, you can have wall climb, you can go invisible. Otherwise, you have to cash out copious amounts of gold to get these magic items. And so spellcasters are always viable in every situation, and therefore are the better classes because martials they're a one-trick pony. They're not very fun outside of combat.
Wish exists.
That too.
Fair point. That's your minute. It's a good ending.
I agree with all that was said.
Elite, do you mind if I make the first argument?
Go for it.
Yeah, your minute starts now.
So I'm going to share with you all a secret of how to win any wizard duel, right? Because the wizard standing across from you, he's going to sit there and he's going to start waving his arms and shouting, hocus pocus, whatever the fuck. And all you have to do is close about 15 yards and punch him 16 times in the chest. And all his little wizard bones will shatter. And it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be hard. They can be nice little taps. And all the wizard bones will shatter and he will collapse and bleed to death on the floor. Because the thing about wizard constitutions, right, is they're not meant for anything outside of the tower. Because you want to achieve magical power, you're not out there killing goblins unless you're like a bad person using an XP system. No, you're in the tower studying your whole life to achieve a modicum of like, to get to firebolt, that's 30 years. People become great fighters in a regular amount of time. And then are able to kill... Wait, are we fighting about killing wizards? I guess I'm making this about killing wizards. Mage hunters are always martial classes. Because you can hard counter a wizard, because a wizard, it's true, can be prepared for anything. Closing statement. A wizard can be prepared for anything, but they have to know it's coming so they can prepare. A martial is all utility for every situation, right?
Okay, but artificers exist. Wizards aren't the only spellcasters. There are sorcerers, there are warlocks, there are artificers, there are druids.
So they have to specialize further
and you'd never get me.
But wizard is not a druid, is not an artificer.
And then throw you into a void.
These are all separate disciplines that you have to study. Whereas if my only ability is I run up and I punch you, it's gonna work in every single category.
How many years of martial training prepares you
combat
for when you get pushed off a cliff? How many years of martial combat training prepares you for when there's a nasty cloud of ammonia floating towards you and your only option is to blow it away with wind?
Any level of monk.
That's 9.
What
9
if
levels of monk.
Thrown off a cliff and they don't have fly prepared?
Or featherfall.
Or featherfall. They fall to their death. Again, face up. If a wizard knows what's coming and he's able to do his research, very, very powerful, right? If you're able to pick and choose. But that's not what we're talking about.
Wizards.
This is a general
You are making
argument.
this about if wizards are good in every scenario.
I think that proves my point. It proves my point, though.
The second deadliest class. So can you punch a hexblade warlock 16 times?
A hexblade is a martial class. He walks in with a sword.
It's a spellcaster. The whole point of being a warlock is you sell your soul to be able to do the magic. That makes it a spellcaster before it's a martial class.
Has a spell save DC.
Calling a hexblade a spellcaster is like calling a McDonald's real food.
Or it's
it is real food.
You've argued that a martial
spell
class is
slots
the best,
at level
so
20 or something like
when
that.
You take a martial class and a spell
it's
class.
Still more than your
I'm
fighter.
arguing that they're on par with each other. I'm not. This argument is about our spellcasters better, and they're not.
Thank you, Psycho7. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna end the debate here, because chat, your minute to vote starts now. Damn. If the
this one got hot.
Yeah.
Y'all made good arguments.
Ew.
I was sitting on this for a while.
Well, this is also based on personal preference as well, right? Like, it's also like what
there's
you
like
prefer to
30
play.
different ways I could have approached this question in terms of what better means.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's all the classes are specialized into different things, right? So it's
and it's
I
better
always
the
play
player
spellcasters because
experience.
utility. Even
Most
in
of my
Baldur's Gate.
characters are martial.
I like martial classes. I don't know, for some reason I just don't enjoy playing spellcasters. I think it's I don't find the spell save DC satisfying. It's like I do this
just min-max. Learn how to min-max. Learn how to dump stat, and you'll be fine.
No, I
My
like to
favorite
hit
character
things.
I've played is a gunslinger artificer. And he was only artificer for the armor.
Oh shit,
Oh,
we have a
it's
tie.
a tie.
Split.
Does this mean Kilo breaks the tie?
Yep.
I think we just
I
skip
think
it.
Kilo breaks the tie.
While we all simultaneously yell at them our
Yeah.
arguments.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah.
I forget what the rule for ties was. I think it was that I break it.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah, you
also
were-
have personal bias to this question.
Yeah,
Because
because
you
you
wrote it?
agree with me about
Because
spellcasters.
I wrote it, but also I'm a spellcaster, right?
Yes.
Okay, wait. Give me a second to think through your arguments. So, actually, you know
we
what?
can all agree. Right, Joss Vega's making a great point. I think we can all come together and say that a billion lions beat spellcasters and marshals.
Yes, I would
Lions.
say that. Yes, Josh.
Okay,
Yes.
what I'm gonna ask is I want both sides to give me a quick 10-second summary of their argument. Yays
Okay,
first.
I think the yay, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the yay summary is that spellcasters are infinitely more versatile and useful out in everyday situations, not just combat.
Okay.
And also that we also made the point of like you can build them both ways. Like Hexblade Warlock, I would say is like a spellcaster, and Eisen said at the beginning of this argument, it's the second deadliest class. So.
Okay, Nays, 10 seconds.
Go for it.
I think our argument is that they are specialized into different things at a fundamental level. They serve different roles, and so saying one is better than the other is
That's not what you were saying.
it's evolved.
This isn't Pokemon.
And a fighter could kill a wizard.
And a wizard could fireball you.
I
Like,
was just betrayed by my own family because I got a text saying Paladin best spellcaster, Smite best spell.
Were they voting in chat to do it to tip the scales?
Whoever's watching, they should pick. Actually, I don't know who you're texting. I'm.
Oh yeah, cleric is this best spell.
I think
Best
the
class in the game.
spellcasters gave the slightly stronger argument. I think martial classes, I agree, they're specialized. They have like every class has their own unique things. And I did like the point of like a monk actually could survive falling off a cliff. I thought that was a really good argument. But I do
So could
agree
a
that I
barbarian.
think spellcasters are the most varied and are able to have the most versatility, where a lot of times martial classes are just hit the thing really hard.
That's
Which is
unfair
good.
to rogues.
I love rogues. I don't know how to classify rogues.
Rogues
Rogues
are
Rogues
special
is
class.
just-
Marshal.
I wouldn't call
They're
rogues
martial.
But let's
But
see.
I'd call them utility.
But we've already cast the votes. We've cast the
Yeah,
ballot.
I've said my stance, but I'm gonna stand by the fact that I actually think,
Rogues can just be the best martial class. I'm okay with that.
No, I'm just thinking about how do we define martial? Because the line is so blurry. Because anything can become fighters can be partial casters.
Yeah,
Rogues
like
can be
Rune
partial
Knights.
casters. Do monks get spells?
No.
Some subclasses
Barbarians
do, but
can, though,
very
right?
rarely. Barbarians.
No, they can't.
It depends
Okay,
on
so
but some barbarians can. It really depends on the subclass.
Yeah.
Isn't there like a wild magic barbarian, but they don't cast
Yeah.
spells that have
Here's-
magical effects that go on around them?
What I would say is a paladin spellcaster. Because I would say no. I would say paladin's a martial.
They're partial class
Mhm.
casters. That's the thing. Is
Put
it really
Paladin
does
in
get
the same
semantics.
place as
Yeah.
Warlock.
But
Paladins
I
are
would
casters.
specifically, I think there's actually a third class, like a grouping that nobody really talks about, that's utility. And I think rogues and bards fall into that. Because technically bards are spellcasters, but I also think there are a lot of utility with expertise and things like that. I think
Yeah.
they are very much skill monkeys.
Yeah.
There's not really a class definition for skill monkey. I'd also argue you could probably put monks into that as well. But that's an argument for a different day. Because we are going to move on. Bloodhunters can be both spellcasters and martial depending on your build. Exactly. It really depends on the build.
I should have just immediately gone to the fact that the paladin is a martial and the best spellcaster. Whatever.
It's not the best spellcaster because clerics exist. Moving on.
Clerics
Anyway.
are utility. No.
Clerics are...
Yeah, you should have had an agreed upon structure for whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
I accept defeat.
It was clearly a good divide. Question 7. Toilet paper should be hung over, not under.
Neither. It should be like that photo.
Oh, shit.
No, because that photo allows for Gorlock, the Destroyer of the Worlds, to enter. So.
I don't get the reference.
Okay, let's say yays.
Hold up, wait. Let me.
Over is like basically
Go
like
look
it
in my
comes from
bathroom
the
before I
top.
develop it.
Over is
Yes.
from the top.
Yeah.
Under is from the bottom.
Yes.
One is front, and the other is back.
Yes.
Over
Oh
is
yeah.
front.
Yeah, over's on front, so yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I've got a yay.
Everyone,
Here we go.
join the Discord
Over.
for my
Over.
I think I'm.
Like this?
I think
Oh,
it
yes.
should be. I think I'm in over.
Under.
I'm a yay.
Well, this would be
I'm a
yay.
yay.
Okay, so
Under
wait.
That's
and
under.
back, and then
So wait, who
over
are
would
my
be like
yays?
this.
Yay.
Yay is for over.
Yes.
yeah.
Yay.
Yes, over.
Is it just Emily?
It is just Emily.
My argument was gonna be who gives a shit. So I really don't care.
So is this a non-question?
Yeah,
I think
I
non-question.
can't
It's a
really think of a
non-question.
So here's the
compelling nay
problem,
argument.
though. Here's the problem, though. You're all fucking wrong.
But like,
That's what
I-
you think, except
gotta have
until
it
you
under.
check general chat.
I
Why?
genuinely
Because I will
never
show you the
cared.
patent for toilet paper, Kilo. There's a patent for toilet paper when they first made it. It
It's
goes
just the gift
over.
argument all over
Okay,
again.
that I don't give a
Well,
fuck
that-
about. I care because when it's under, you can more easily wrap it and bundle it up to have more toilet paper.
Why are you wasting toilet paper like
But when
that?
it's
I'm
under,
sorry, I'm not
every
taking
time I
one
pull it,
small...
it just unravels.
Yeah, you stop it at a certain point. But no, I don't like the... One, I'm not gonna wipe my ass with one square of toilet paper. I'm gonna use...
Okay, are you arguing for nay then?
I would argue for nay. However, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how much we need. How much time we have.
It's up to you if you want to skip the question.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's skippable.
Yeah, I think.
I think we're gonna
Half-
skip it. But if we have time at the end, we'll come back and we can do everyone versus the streamer. How about that?
Perfect.
Sounds good.
We might have a better everyone versus the streamer one later anyway. Okay, next question. I'm surprised because this one was in the poll. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know how. So somebody voted.
It's a common internet debate, but like when you really think about
Somebody
it,
might have
does
changed
it-
their stance. Okay, so question 8. 2 lasagnas stacked on top of one another is one lasagna.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay?
Is this another everybody yay?
Oh, Emily's a nay.
Oh, okay, okay.
We got a nay.
Nolan, you look like you might be a nay as well.
I'm a yay, but I'm trying to. I might have to recuse myself because I actually listened to a podcast from Good Mythical Kitchen about this exact subject, and so I'm well
this
versed in the
wildly
topic
debatable?
of lasagna stacking.
The fine art of lasagna stacking. Elite, where are you standing?
I'm saying yes. It's one lasagna.
Okay, so we've got it's a 5-on-1. Okay.
Wow.
Dang. Okay, well, I'm gonna let the yays go first, technically. Because we've been going in that order. So, Emily, you will get to go after their minute is up. Kilo is wrong. I'm not wrong, Jedi. I'm right. Anyway, your minute starts now.
Well, I'll say short point, but like, there's no prescribed amount of layers in a lasagna, as far as I know. You can make it as many layers as you want. So, like, adding a lasagna on top of a lasagna is just adding more layers, which is why I think it's all just one.
Exactly. It's like you have your meat, you have your cheese, your sauce, and you got the noodle, and then you throw your sauce on top, and then you just keep stacking it. That's just a lasagna. Lasagna just keeps stacking. It's infinite. You can have infinite amount of lasagna if you aren't a coward.
Well, until God strikes you down for your hubris. But yes.
Can I
Exactly.
switch to nays? Is that unorthodox?
No, go for it.
We lost him with the stacking
wait.
argument.
Because, like, what truly constitute as lasagna? Like, it's just noodles, sauce, and cheese stacked on each other. So, to put one on top of the other, if you threw it in a container in the fridge, I'm still going to eat it. Like, I'm going to count it as one lasagna. Just because they were two separate things. When you put it on top, it becomes its own new thing.
Alright. Your time is up. It is, in fact, time for our nays, who have gained an ally. Your guys' time starts now. Go for it.
My gripe with I agree that a lasagna is just layers, so you can put as many layers as you want and it would still be a lasagna. My gripe is that you finish off a lasagna by putting it in the oven and melting the cheese over top.
So
if you then stack a second lasagna on top of that with its own cheese layer, that is 2 lasagnas. If you have a little container, like as soon as that cheese layer is on, I feel like you've made your lasagna.
You've sealed it.
You've sealed it. It's done. It's over. You could add more underneath. You could add more layers, but as soon as it's sealed off, that's your lasagna.
Exactly. If you took a pizza and you put it on another pizza, you don't then go say, hey, would you like a pizza? You say, no, here, I'm a godless heathen that put a pizza on top of another pizza. Would you like a stack of pizzas or a calzone? Yes, exactly. Once you've made a lasagna, you now have a lasagna. You can stack it infinitely high, as you've addressed, but once you've made a lasagna, you can't just put a lasagna on a lasagna and call it a lasagna.
Your time is up. I am going to
I have a counter argument to that.
Okay, you're welcome to give it in a second.
Yep.
I am going to start the timer. However, my closet also just, like, something in my apartment made a falling noise, and my closet door is slightly open, so I'm going to investigate while you guys argue. So,
It's a spooky monster.
If you hear me scream,
it's a rat.
Okay. I'll be back. You guys have fun.
Okay.
Yeah. You're good.
Okay. My argument to your melted cheese layer, the Big Mac.
Yeah, but if you take
also a lasagna has
Big Mac,
cheese in it. Lasagna layers have cheese within the lasagna.
Nobody's arguing that.
Different kind of cheese.
If you take a Big Mac and take another Big Mac and put them on top of each other, you don't have a Big Mac. You have 2 Big Macs on top of each other.
But one Big Mac is 2 burgers stacked on top of each other because there's a bun in the middle.
Exactly, but it was assembled and crafted with that purpose and put in a
but then your
box
argument doesn't make sense because I can put one lasagna, throw cheese, put the other lasagna, throw cheese, and then throw more cheese and put it back in the oven and make it one lasagna.
I have
I'm just saying that, like,
it's
your whole
all
argument
about
that you can't just throw it back in the oven.
Yeah, if you put another lasagna on top of that and baked it, you have baked 2 lasagnas.
Yeah.
God, you make one lasagna. You combine 2 things into one new thing.
I think I'm also switching sides.
No,
But
this is really compelling.
I'm sticking.
If I cut this in half and put one top on the other, it's still not one lasagna.
I'm
Because
sticking.
of that top layer that is different cheese because it's been broiled in the oven.
I am sticking to my guns only because all of the examples that you've brought up of like, oh, if you stack this other food on top of another thing, like pizza or whatever, none of those things are like a layered food. So of course, if you stack a pizza on top of another pizza, okay, but you mentioned pizza.
But I'm giving a counterpoint to that. If you put a tiramisu cake on top of a tiramisu cake,
it's one
you
bigger
don't have
tiramisu
a
cake.
tiramisu cake in it.
Yes, you do. You just have one large tiramisu cake.
One was
I also have a tiramisu cake in my fridge.
If it was baked with the, because I understand tiered cakes exist. And if you bake them with the intention of stacking them as the final product,
you don't put a tier cake together in the oven. You make each individual layer.
Make each individual
and then
layer.
you put them together. So you make one lasagna, then 2 lasagna, then you put them together.
Is what I'm saying.
2 minutes is up. I'm going to send the poll. Also, nothing was in my closet that I could see. I didn't investigate too hard because I don't want to think about it. Okay.
Nice.
I
What's your
literally
passive
perception? Go to Canadian Tire and get some
for anything
mousetraps.
visibly moving, and went, okay, we're good, and closed the doors. Perks of having killed a mouse in your apartment. Okay, poll, your chat starts now. Schrodinger's lasagna. I gotta say, I came back right at the moment where Emily is holding up the lasagna, and I was like, what the fuck did I miss?
I'm still gonna be counted in the yay side for this of more lasagnas is one lasagna, but the argument I have to rethink.
Because I don't think the cheese thing is good argument because not everyone throws cheese on top. My family doesn't. We throw sauce on top. Throwing cheese on top doesn't finish a lasagna.
I actually agree with Emily's argument in that sense because I also think of it in terms of like a shepherd's pie. you would if you put.
That's a completely different thing.
But shepherd's pie is
No.
also very similarly a layered dish, where like. If
Not
you put,
true. I had deconstructed shepherd's
potatoes.
pie. Would you like me to stream it to
No,
chat?
you put cheese on top of a shepherd's pie as well.
No, you don't.
No, it's mashed
Cheese
potatoes.
on
It's
top
mashed
of a
potatoes.
shepherd's pie.
Yeah, you
It's
do
mashed potatoes on top.
beef, corn,
That's cottage pie.
potato.
British
cheese.
people in the chat, let us know what shepherd's pie is.
Either way,
No,
the 2 lasagnas did win with a landslide.
Wow.
Wait, but only 3 people voted. The amount of votes has been going down.
Yeah, so clearly the stream is
honestly,
failing.
people vote.
We're making
People
less
vote depending on
compelling
how much they care
arguments.
about the subject.
Back in the fridge.
We lost Psychosev because we didn't talk about the crispiness, except we were kind of implying that with the baked cheese, though we could have been more implicit in that.
I think, yeah. All right, what's next?
I'll launch it, and then when Emily comes back, she can pick what she. Oh, she's back. Okay. Question 9. The egg came first, not the chicken.
Oh, this is the one that I got.
Yay is for the egg coming first.
Yay is for the egg came first. Yes.
Yes, the egg.
Yay.
Yeah. Yay.
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 No, I'm yay, but I do have something to say about this.
So wait, are Nolan and Emily? Are you both also yays?
You know what that
I'm
means?
changing my mind as I'm
remember
nodding my
from
head
my
yes.
chicken nugget.
Also, Colleen the Stork, thank you so much for the follow.
I think
That's
I
not
have to
this
say
fair.
nay. Nay would be for the chicken, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go with nay.
Okay. And Emily is also egg.
I'm a yay.
You're a yay. And Isaac,
Yay.
you're yay.
Yes, but I have something about this I really want to say that I think is important to address.
Okay. Do you want to say it before or?